Here we go. So guys, I'm going to do a slightly different video on this blog. So I did a video earlier, but I was like brain scrambled from work and it didn't even make any sense. I uploaded it and took it down immediately. But to be honest, it was a boring video because it was a video telling you what you can read if you want to. This is a more interesting video. So one thing about me, guys, is I've got every reward card in the last 2 seasons. Every single RNG card, every mode card, everything. So we've literally completed the last 2 seasons, apart from Finley this season, but we cleared Pink Diamond today. We're going to have a go at Galaxy Opal later today. I'm fairly confident I'll get him, but we are running out of time, so we'll see. But one of the big reasons I'm able to do that is how I approach it. I strategically approach every season for one real thing, which is to maximize the fun I have on the mode. So you can make really easy and simple mistakes that just make the game a little bit more frustrating, a bit more jarring, a bit more annoying than it needs to be. Simple mistakes that people make. I avoid those mistakes, and that's why I now have a channel that's completely dedicated to having fun on this game. So let's talk about how I'm going to approach next season, how I'm going to have fun with it, and hopefully have the same success I've had in the last 2 seasons. Let's start with Jokic, right? So I'm going to go through every card basically and how I'm going to approach it, when I'm going to approach it. Jokic is a slow burner, guys. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is rush to get the level 40 card. Now, if you need him to get Unlimited done early or whatever, then fine. But additionally, you don't need to get Unlimited done. Jokic is a free card. It does cost you a bit of MT, you know, renting players. But if you do this, like, if you try and do this in a few days, you're going to overpay for this card. If you're buying cards for like 500k just because you want to get the XP done, I wouldn't even be surprised to see them release 150k on the first day so you could get him. If you chase that, you're going to spend a lot of MT getting this card for the sake of a few days. So ask yourself, do you need the card immediately? If you don't, just slow burn it. You're still going to get the same outcome. You're still going to get the card. You're still going to get to use it. It's fine. Don't rush this. It's the worst thing you can do. Right, let's move on. Let's talk about domination. So domination is something you can do basically straight away. This is probably what I'm going to do first. It is a bit boring. I'm not going to rush it. I'm not going to sit there and play 30 hours straight. I'm going to tick through it over the first few days because there's not much else I'm going to want to do in the first few days, and I'll explain why. But this is a really simple thing that they've dropped in. You get an amazing card at the end of it. You can use Harden to then go and get the other cards as well. This is a no-brainer to do first, domination. But I would do this early. If not, you know, do it gradually throughout the season. You'll still end up with an amazing card if domination's not your thing. Right, clutch time. Really simple bit of advice here. Last season, clutch time changed. Fernando Martin, you know, made the first 3-4 days of clutch time so sweaty that I thought it was SBMM, and it wasn't. I know people are still saying it was. It wasn't, guys. It was that 3 or 4 days at the start of the season. It was the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and kind of into Monday, where what you had is all the sweats playing 100 games. That's what it was. It wasn't SBMM. It was just packed with sweats, who would usually be an unlimited, but because Fernando was the better reward, they went there instead. This season's going to be the same thing. They're all going to want Chris Webber. Literally just wait 3 or 4 days. And like I said, all the sweats will be done. All the sweats will be done. Eaton on the clutch time wheel isn't going to be that big a deal. He's going to be a beast. So I don't think people are going to, like, certainly early in the season, I'm not going to play on just for the RNG reward. So I would just wait a few days. That's all you need to do. A few days. Like I said, you've got domination to do. There's a couple of other things I'm going to do in that time. Just wait a few days. Right. Let's go through the rest of this. Unlimited. Right. I kind of screwed this up this season because I wasn't even going to do it. My plan was not to do it at all. And then they had the agenda the other day. You had to play 3 games, I think. It was for a draft token. I can't remember what it was. I had to play 3 games. It was literally play. It wasn't even win. I think that was on Saturday. I played my first 3 games of Unlimited, and now we're in Galaxy Opal. I got sucked in. We're here now. I'm going to do it. But for next season, this is the most... It was up there with one of the most undesirable rewards of the year. I mean, he could end up being cracked. I don't know. Either way, he's not a card that you need immediately. Again, chill on this. The first 2 weeks of the season, you're going to have the best players online, completing Unlimited and completing Showdown. Let them get through it. At the end of the season, which is when I'm playing it now, which is why it's such a mistake, it will get tough again as people try and get it last minute. But you've got that 2 to 3 week window in the middle. But honestly, you don't need to play this. There's no reason to play Unlimited this season unless you play it for enjoyment. Right, Triple Threat Online. So this is a big tip. Not a tip I've ever heard before, but one of the reasons I always get RNG rewards quite quickly, especially Triple Threat Online, is I finished this previous season with 7 wins. The best bit of advice I could give you. Finish the season with 7 wins, which means the first 3 games you play next season. Now, let's say you get through 3 games and you're 15 minutes into the season. You've already had 3 chances at getting Pete. I'm going to try and get this card. He looks like a lot of fun to use actually in Triple Threat. It's a perfect mode they put him in because that's the mode I'm going to use him in. Yeah, finish on 7 wins and like play this at your own pace. Again, there's no reason to rush this. I'll definitely mix up domination with Triple Threat as the season drops, just so I don't get bored and, you know, start getting blinded by domination, just sitting there in autopilot. Triple Threat offline, I mean, don't touch this until there's agendas. There's going to be enough agendas throughout the season that you're going to need to do for Jokic or whatever, for badges. I don't know what else they're going to drop in the agenda, but you will have the opportunity to play a couple of 100 games now. You know, every time they dropped a card like Horace Grant, it was play 30 games of TT offline. So there's no real reason to go into this yet. Wait for the right agendas to drop, and then you could do that again. You're not overplaying the mode, which I did this season. It was a big mistake. It was the most unenjoyable. It was the only unenjoyable thing I did this season, is I got kind of baited by Triple Threat offline. I don't want to do that again next season. We're just going to play the games we need to play. If we get him, we get him. In terms of the vault, so yeah, sorry, the last one was 2,000 wins. So everything I just said is actually about Elgin. But yeah, I'm not going to get to 2,000 wins. It's not going to happen. But yeah, in terms of the vault, only play the games when you actually have another reason to play the game other than just grinding TT offline. Right, Season Ascension, I mean, it is what it is. There's no advice there. You'll tick through it. One of the things I will say is some people try to rush through. One of the things that people do is they try to rush through the first kind of 30 levels so they can get through the Ascension boards. Again, guys, chill on it. There's no rush. You're not going to use Aaron Dawkins. I'm telling you now. Don't worry about it. The draft, I will have a crack at the draft in the first couple of days. I've got 12 tokens, which I basically need to use this season. So I'm going to try the draft probably within the first 3 days. If we get Jerry West, we get him. If we don't, we don't. I might play on a little bit. Draft is fun. But again, you can see through my strategy right now, there's no real opportunity to be annoyed by the game. We'll pick up Julius Erving day 1. We've got nearly 3,000 tokens, I think. So no reason not to pick that card up. It'll be interesting to see what else they put in the token market. But that's that. Right, cool. And then you've got the rest of it, which is kind of less relevant to the video. So, yeah, that's the strategy, guys. Keep it chill. Plan it out. If you want to complete clutch time, it's always a matter of days, right? It's a matter of waiting a few days where it can sometimes be incredibly sweaty. Unlimited clutch time being good examples. I think TTO could maybe be that this season. I think people might want to get Pete. But just wait a few days, like, for everything else. And one thing is, don't overplay any mode. Like, I think the actual biggest mistake you can make this season is to come out and play domination and, like, back-to-back it for 2 days or a day. I think you'll be burnt out day 1 of the season, which is not what you want. And again, no reason to do it. It's not going to change the outcome if you wait a couple of days and spread it out a little bit. So that's how I have fun on the game, guys. That's how my mentality has really changed on this game. It's why I don't get as frustrated as I used to. Just think it through. I hope this video helps. Yeah, go get 7 wins in TTO and prep for next season. That's the video. Until next time, thanks for watching.